Timbaland has recently apologized for stealing someone else's beat, and from what I've found, he's lied multiple times in this apology. We will be going through this apology and debunking anything that is not true today. I'm your host, Weaver Beats, and this is part 5 or 6 of the Timbaland saga. I honestly don't know at this point. It's way longer than it needed to be. Shout out to Timbaland for keeping this going. You're helping fund my children through college. Busy would never. In our last video, Timbaland and Suno were threatened with legal action if they did not comply with these things on the screen now. If you want to catch up on the full context of what's going on here, a link to a playlist will be at the top of the description. Really quickly, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here. Like, how do we properly recap this without fucking spending 20 minutes doing it? So TLDR, K Fresh had his beat stolen by Timbaland, and Timbaland made content with it without crediting him, and then a lot of people thought he made the beat. It really wasn't the hugest deal in the world, but it's kind of weird because he is the strategic advisor for Suno. So for him to be making content with Suno with other people's music and not crediting them, it's pretty fucking weird, you know? And he's been doing a lot of weird shit like that lately. So anyways, K Fresh and his attorney, they basically did a public statement. They're like, "Dear Suno and Timbaland, do better, blah, 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 blah." Okay, so in 24 hours, in order to not get sued, I mean, they didn't state we're gonna sue you, but they were exploring legal action. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, we're exploring what we can do legally about this, about you using this song and not crediting him to make content. And more so, the thing is not really even making content with it. It's sticking someone else's song in Suno as a strategic advisor for Suno, knowing it's against the terms of service, you know? And the fact that it may be used to train other music, right? The implication here is we're gonna sue you if you don't do all this stuff, right? So they asked for 1, a public apology to K Fresh from Timbaland. 2, proof that his music has been removed from Suno's model and training data. 3, a plan to prevent future violations by users and company representatives, including Timbaland, which is crazy, dude. They're just hey, can you prove that Timbaland, that other people won't be able to do this anymore, and Timbaland, your strategic advisor, can you prove that this asshole that works for you also won't do that? It's just funny that they wrote it that way. They just kind of point out insane it is that he's doing that as somebody that works for them, you know? 4, a commitment to implement an artist opt-out process. 5, a promise that Suno and Timbaland will not use unlicensed music in future demos. Okay, so I've kept up with this a little bit. I saw that Timbaland apologized, but has any of this other shit happened? No, it hasn't. So we got an apology from Timbaland immediately. I think this dropped within an hour of that. They got cooking fast on an apology. Either they got warned about it and had were writing the apology in advance, but this was ready to go. Okay, statement from Timbaland. Recently, I shared a post where I used a song that I believed was fully owned by the artist who sent it to me. Wait, is he saying the person that did the vocals on it sent it to him? That can't be right. That cannot be right. Out of pure excitement to explore, transform, and collaborate, I ran it through Suno to show how this tech can open creative possibilities. I didn't monetize it. See, the thing is, you are monetizing it though when you work for the company and you're advertising it. No, he's making shit up for sure. I don't know for sure if he made that up, but there is stuff in here that's a confirmed lie. I know because I've seen the shit disproving the shit that he said. I was genuinely inspired. I wanted to demonstrate what's possible, but now understand that the song's beat was produced by a producer named K Fresh who didn't give consent, and that's on me. Yeah, so it turns out if you zoom in on the video that this is from, you can actually see K Fresh's name in the file.
See, Red, what's popping? So
I don't write verses for fun. We've been out working for crumbs. Till the seeds we plant and pay my fees on the 1st of the month.
Oh, and that's K Fresh right there in his own video. I'd like to formally apologize to K Fresh. I should have done my due diligence before using it, regardless of the intent. The thing is, one, you got to ask people if you're going to put their music into Suno. First of all, it's against the terms of service, even if you do that. You're not supposed to do that to begin with. Machine learning is a sort of thing where a lot of algorithms, at least, it learns from what you put into it. And it should be the creator's decision whether or not they want their song put in Suno's machine learning algorithm. Regardless of the intent, I recognize that not everyone involved was aware or on board, and I take full responsibility for that oversight. If you know me, you know I've spent years collaborating with artists across all levels. My goal has always been to empower creatives, not to take from them. The narrative that I'm out here stealing music couldn't be further from the truth. Okay, I gotta agree with him a little bit here, dude. I gotta agree with him a little bit here. I did write thief in my thumbnail. But it's a little bit he did technically steal. You thief. He stole. Thief. But it's it would be much more thievery. It would be much more thievery if you did that and, monetize the song or something like that. I feel that's what people think when you're oh, he stole a song. You know what I mean? The implication of stealing a song is definitely a lot worse You know, like, it's not that it's okay, but it's like, I do kind of feel like everybody's kind of playing it up and being like, oh, he's a thief. And it's because, like, you know, we're all against, like, generative AI. We're kind of like, yeah, fuck this guy, you know? Like, fuck this guy. But I understand how this moment caused concern. Post has already been taken down, and I'm committed to continuing to learn, listen, and lead with respect for the craft and the community. Stage 0, the AI media company I'm building, nothing happens without people. God, that is the worst sentence I've ever heard, dude. At stage 0, the AI media company I'm building, nothing happens without people. That is a cancerous statement. Like, I fucking hate that so much. That sounds like it was written by AI, and it just sounds fucking dumb. Our focus is on building tools with creators, not at their expense. But the whole thing is built on their expense to begin with. You know, that's the thing. It was built on their expense to begin with. It was trained on tens of millions of songs without consent. You can't even say that. Then we got an apology, or not, a statement from his legal counsel. This gets even better. To clarify, while Timbaland's remix did violate Suno's terms of service, that's like the important part here, okay? It violated Suno's terms of service, and that wouldn't be a big deal if it's like a random person, but he is the strategic advisor for Suno. And for him to like publicly do that, like, it just shows like they boldly don't give a shit about copyright or consent or artist music. So they're saying it did not violate the law. So I've actually spoken to a lawyer about this, believe it or not, and they said it is open and shut copyright infringement, at least according to them. But the reason why Timbaland's legal representation is saying this is because no lawyer would admit liability on behalf of their client. In particular, Section 106 of the Copyright Act, what was violated was the right to create derivative works in an AI remix, and the right to distribute and perform publicly in Timbaland's video. Granted, this is not something that has gone to court yet. If you violate the terms of service on like a site, you get banned usually, or, you know, something happens. Something happens. Your account gets deleted, something. But usually there's some consequence, right? This is an important distinction. A lot of us click accept on okay, this is good. Okay, this is fucking gold. This is an important distinction. A lot of us click accept on platforms every day without fully reading the fine print. And this situation simply falls into that bucket. Timbaland himself, in a live stream like a few weeks ago, he said himself that it's against the terms of service to upload other people's music in there. He said this himself before this happened. This is 100% proven false.
Tim, most people are prompting it with uploads.
Which is, if it is copyrighted music, it is against the terms and all that.
It is.
Yeah, so that was a lie. However, just because something's legal doesn't mean it's right. It's not legal. The audio is no longer on Suno's platform. I mean, there's no real proof of that. I mean, just based on the fact that you lied 2 sentences ago, I mean, the fact you're saying the audio is no longer on Suno's platform, like, I don't know if I believe that. You know, like, I don't know if it's like that easy for them to access. I mean, I don't know the way Suno works, but I assume like there's like there has to be millions of like songs on there generated, right? You're able to just go in there and like fucking just delete it, and any sort of like copy made of it or any like flip of it made like just like that. It's like that. You did this in 1 fucking hour like that. I don't know. I'm personally not buying it. But here's what a lot of people don't realize. Under the current law, even if a company removes the content, they're not required to delete anything the AI may have learned from it. That's the whole fucking problem. It's like you're putting someone else's music in there and the AI is learning from it. And they purposely didn't do that themselves. You know, they don't want that to happen. And granted, anybody can do that if they wanted to, which is shitty. But you definitely shouldn't have the fucking strategic advisor of the company fucking doing that. That part of the law hasn't caught up yet, and no court has said otherwise. Yeah, I hate this like legality thing, because like, let's talk about like morality. This is a new thing. Of course, there's no fucking law against it yet, but maybe there will be. These are the kinds of gaps we're trying to help fix. Bullshit. Timbaland and our team are working diligently behind the scenes to make sure creatives are actually part of the conversation when it comes to developing laws around AI and music. We are working as creative advocates, not oppressors. Bullshit. So yeah, that's where we are with that, guys. Pretty pathetic, pretty sad shit. Huge crash out, fall off. Wow, insane.